Good morning, everyone. I just tumbled out of bed and just powered up my computer. I have a lot of things I want to get done today. And so the first thing I saw was this article in the Paris paper, Paris Match. And so I don't know when they wrote this. When did they write this? I don't even know, but they had this thing, Meghan and Harry behind the smiles, the impasse behind the smiles. And I just thought, well, first of all, the article, I couldn't read the full article because it is behind a paywall. And it's behind a paywall. So, how much is that? So, and look, I understand that you have to pay for journalism and you have to pay for these, I have a website and it's all you do all day. And yeah, you need the financial support. But, you know, whatever. I don't know enough about Paris Match to make any comments about them. But anyway, so behind the smiles. So I have found in general that the French papers are not for Harry and Meghan. I have to say, I've yet to find one that is like a pro Harry Meghan website. Those in the sort of League of Paris match. They're not pro Harry and Meghan at all. Okay. So, and that explains a lot. That explains a lot. But that said, what are they talking about behind the smiles? Again, I haven't read the full article because it's behind a paywall. But you know what I think is behind Harry and Meghan's smile? I think there are three things behind Harry and Meghan's smile. The first is camaraderie, right? And I think the second is passion. And I think the third is inspiration slash creativity. And I mean, there are other things, but I think those three for sure is the camaraderie, passion, and inspiration. Those are the three things I think are behind Harry and Meghan's smile. Yeah, I think they're comrades. I think they're friends. I think they like each other. They like to hang out with each other. They like to be around each other, to do things together. They are very much a team in that way. And yeah, they just like to hang out. They like to talk. They like to bounce ideas off each other. And for me, that's like the ideal situation. If you're going to be in a relationship, you better be friends, because again, I mean, all that other stuff, the passion wanes, I'm told, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know really, but I'm told that it does wane. Um, but yeah, I think there still is a lot of passion between them, and you can see it quite often in the way they look at each other. And that can't be faked. I mean, they really dig each other. They dig each other. They think each other is very attractive. And yeah, they like what they see, and passion is a very sort of visual thing first of all. I mean, there are other aspects to it, I imagine, but I think that if you're visually attracted to your spouse, um, it really helps a lot to keep the embers of that fire going, and I would imagine that they are very playful and sort of, I don't know, just imaginative and da 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 da. So I think there's a lot of passion, and I think they smile a lot because there's passion. I also think that behind their smiles, as I said, is a lot of creativity and inspiration. I think they inspire one another, actually. And the thing is, they both came to the relationship with a lot of ideas of their own. So it wasn't that one of them was feeding from the other like a parasite. These are two people filled with ideas, filled with things they want to do in the world, and places they want to go, and ideas they want to share, and people they want to help. I mean, they're just filled up with it, right? And I think coming together, both bringing their ideas and their creative, juices together, for lack of a better word, it just created this juggernaut that I've said that they are. They are a juggernaut together. I think separately they are also forces to be reckoned with. You know, Harry was always a force to be reckoned with, right? And so was Meghan. Meghan had a lower profile. She was up and coming. She was building herself up. What she had done for someone who did not have the type of platform that her husband had, she had achieved a lot. I mean, she had spoken before the United Nations on gender issues. She had traveled to India and other places in the world. She had studied abroad. She had worked at an embassy. Yeah, she was there. She had built up herself, which again is why Harry, I think, liked and respect her, is because by the time he met her, she was formed. He didn't have to go, you know, and carve her out of clay. I mean, or mold her. I mean, again, when you come together in a relationship like this, I imagine that you both help to mold each other to some extent, but you're not starting from scratch. And I think that is one of the huge or appeals of this relationship, and why they smile and what's behind their smile. I have noticed, though, throughout my life, that smiling and laughing can get you into a lot of trouble. People analyze that. And I didn't understand that for years and years, because I've always been somebody who laughs a lot, a lot, a lot. And I smile. I used to smile even more. Why? Because I don't remember not doing that. I was always a smiling person, always laughing. And it wasn't until I was a teenager that I realized, and late into my teens, that I realized that people could analyze me for smiling or laughing, and come up with a nefarious explanation, a negative uh, connotation to my smile. And I mean, to this day, I can't make sense of it, that people prefer if you have an angry expression than if you're smiling. If you walk down the street with a smile, you are crazy, literally. It's crazy to smile if you're walking on the streets, or just in general. A smile can get you dubbed crazy. Whereas if you have a serious expression or even an angry expression, nobody calls you crazy. You're just angry, and you have a right to be angry. It's very interesting. And I guess it's something I just have to accept as what it is. It's one of the norms in this construct. Don't show people that you're happy, because and sometimes it's not even that you're that happy. Sometimes you're making the most of what you have. You are appreciating what you have. You're showing gratitude for what you have. And sometimes it's really just that, I mean, what's the alternative to smiling? Crying? You chose smiling because it just makes you feel better. But you have to be aware in this world that it's going to be analyzed. And in a place like Paris, I have to say that smiling is even and laughing, showing mirth, if you will, is even more frowned upon than in the United States. You don't. I mean, like when you first meet someone in Paris or in France, be careful about showing too much emotion. You know, don't smile too much because it's seen negatively. I was stunned. I was stunned. But yeah, it's not something. And laughing at the top of your lungs. Are you kidding me? I can't let French people see me like that. They just don't. They don't understand it. They don't understand it. Why are you happy? Like what possibly could be making you so happy? It has to be fake. It has to be fake. Nobody's that happy. And which is a paradox because in Paris, there are, I mean, why wouldn't everybody be blissfully happy in Paris? You know what I mean? Like, there's so much to do, so many places to go, so much to eat, da 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 da. You would think everybody is just, their reset is smiling and that, they expect it from you, but it's the opposite. So, behind the smiles, I mean, this is a very telling headline, I think, for a Paris paper. It's a very French question. It's a very French concept is that there's something behind your smile. When sometimes you smile just because you smile, that's all. It's just a smile, folks. Relax.